Welcome back, family. It's the El Primo podcast.
For sure, for sure.
You know what I mean? We have a deep thought and Donald L. Primo Tompkins, if y'all don't know. You should already.
That's facts.
But tonight we got something special for you. As always, some thought provoking conversations to be had here. But this one kind of rings home because this gentleman, El Primo here, has worked directly with most of the individuals involved in this.
Yes, sir.
Like it's an incredible feeling to be living through what me and you discussed over a decade ago.
Man, it's so man. We didn't discuss so much stuff, man, and it's just what the thing about it, like more and a couple other families that be sliding up in here be telling us they be peeping out. We've been calling this stuff like over 10, 15 years ago, but now we getting a chance to make a record of it so people can start to see the shit we've been calling as just not starting to roll out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I know it's surreal for you because this was your life. This ain't just some sensational stuff that you're hearing about. Like you literally lived this.
Oh yeah, all day, all day. Your man been echo your man more right there.
Hey, what up, though? Well, what up? We got one for you today.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. We got something serious for you today, more serious. I shot more something earlier. The thing I shot you last night was showing that Amir of Qatar,
Yeah.
before he even met with Trump, he was over there 5 months ago. What's the name that invited him over there? King Charles.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen
Yeah,
that. I was like, oh, okay.
for sure.
Yeah, that was wild. But it's so much going on in the world right now, and we're gonna tie some of these strings together for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Well, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into this one. This one is a review of a couple of channels, a couple of interviews, but it's a critique on the current situation that's going on with the Los Chapitos and the collapse of the Sinaloa cartel. I'm gonna go ahead and play this first news clip.
17 shadows slip through America's supposedly sealed gate. Family of Mexico's most notorious kingpin, greeted not with handcuffs, but handshakes. As cartel lieutenants become government witnesses and former partners become sworn enemies, 1,000 bodies pile up in Sinaloa's streets. In an extraordinary development along the US-Mexico border, 17 family members of one of Mexico's most notorious drug trafficking organizations have been escorted into American territory under peculiar circumstances. Mexican Security Secretary Omar Garcia Harfuch confirmed on May 13th that relatives of Ovidio Guzman Lopez, son of the infamous drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, crossed into San Diego from Tijuana last week.
Yeah, so that's it's a lot going on with that one. What you reading from that? Cause me and you always see beyond the surface level.
For sure, for sure. Let me holler at the family real
Oh yeah,
quick
for
before
sure.
we jump off in that. Yeah, more. I know that I be trying to make them things not as long, man. But whenever you get a chance to peep that whole thing out, you're gonna peep what I told you about. Actually, I told Supreme about it too, because Supreme left a couple of comments. What's up, Preem? You see Preem say,
Yeah.
he say, Mama, I made it. Yeah, for sure. We about to cook, Preem. We about to cook.
Facts.
Um, this is basically what we've been telling the family and folks that's been watching our stuff, man. This is nothing new. Like I tell the family all the time that this whole process, when you go into the feds, especially when you go in at certain positions, you gonna get that sentencing guideline. You're gonna know what time you got. They bring you in there to negotiate. And when you coming in there, when you like to chop Los Chapitos and characters like that, man, They want to know what information they get. And when you coming over from them other countries, you get extradited over here. When you get here, you automatically get American citizenship, especially if you give any type of information. You automatically get American citizenship. And you can negotiate, as what you just seen with the 17 coming across. They negotiated and gave up information to get their family members over here. And they brought in money with them when they came, which you will see. So this right here is normal process of basically just doing business, man. No, Supreme, you're right. That's exactly what we're gonna be talking about. Information is being
extracted as we speak. You are correct. They ain't bring that family over if he wasn't providing no value.
He provided a lot of value. And understand, his pop, before he even got over here, Chapo, I know about this personally, was giving information, and he had guys that was constantly giving information back and forth over here to the American government.
And like you say, for everybody who don't know, there you have it. Now it don't sound so strange. Now do it. But yeah, let's get into this next clip to give a little bit more detail about that crossing.
Footage showed the family members walking across the border with rolling suitcases, greeted by waiting US agents. According to investigative journalist Luis Chaparro, who first broke the story, at least one sniper watched over the group as they surrendered to American authorities. Sources report they carried more than $70,000 in cash during this unprecedented crossing. The group reportedly included Griselda Lopez, El Chapo's former wife and mother, to Ovidio and his brother Joaquin Guzman Lopez.
As we saw in the news, Ovidio begins a negotiation with the Department of Justice of the United States. And it's evident that with his family going to the United States, it's because of that negotiation.
The crossing has shocked Mexican officials, with President Claudia Sheinbaum admitting she learned of the development through news reports, highlighting an apparent lack of communication between the Trump administration and their Mexican counterparts.
Look at that. And they ain't even tell the Mexicans what was going on.
That's because, like I was telling the guys the other day, man, Mexico is pretty much a satellite state. It's a satellite state, man. They're not in control of anything. Like I was telling the family as well the other day in some of the other videos that we did before thought, that basically what I say about, was it 100 or 200 American prosecutors that they sent over there to train their prosecutors how to prosecute drug cases based on the Meridia Treaty when they're getting ready to transfer them over here. And I knew personally one of the guys, Pedro, that I was locked up with. That was his nickname. Well, as we would say, black people would say nickname, on the White Sand Missile Base when I was locked up over there. He got extradited because he ran, but he crossed over through Panama. They caught him there, and they had to hold him over there a while before they could extradite him back to the States. But this joker was up in the joint for a while. He was up in the joint for a while. This I don't know if I ever told this one before. This joker had to go to court early in the morning. They would get you up like 2, 3 in the morning to start getting you ready to go ahead and take you from the missile base cross over into El Paso, Texas, to go ahead so you could go to court. This joker wake me up sweating like oh my God, just sweating. He's like, listen, wake up, my friend. Wake up, my friend. I'm like, man, what the hell wrong with you, Pedro? Man, wake up. No, my friend, please, wake up, my friend. And I'm like, what's going on? He said, I need you to write something right quick for me. He pulled out a damn piece of paper, rolled his sleeve up, and told me to write that number on his shoulder. And I had to keep drying him off. That's how I knew he was wet, so I could write it on him. I'm like, what is this? He's like, my friend, don't worry. I say, you're going to tell me what I'm writing, or I'm not going to write the rest of it. He said, my friend, just please. I said, I'm not going to write. He said, it's GPS coordination. GPS coordinations? Don't worry, my friend, I'll tell you later. I finished writing. He wrote it down, ran off the court. This joker went over there and because he was a federale over there, which that's a whole nother story I'll tell y'all about another time. And he was giving up information on bosses that they was looking for over in Mexico. And he had me write the GPS coordination, longitude, latitude on his arm that he gave them to where somebody was. And right there on the White Sand Missile Base, you got the television from over in Mexico as well as the U.S. But they watching the stuff from Mexico. Mm-hmm. And the joker he gave GPS coordination to, longitude, latitude, satellite coordination to, they went right in there and plucked that guy.
Wow.
Went in there and plucked him. So listen, you got CIA over there, you got Homeland Security on the border, and through him, I seen him have certain federales come across to meet with U.S. agents and got on the payroll for America, giving them information. So I'm not surprised that she don't know.
Facts.
Well, we got more saying something. Well, all this stuff is going on in Mexico with the cartels all in the news. The Colombians slowly but surely is grabbing up market share. The Colombian situation is different. And how I learned about the Colombians is because my guy, Mario Nunez Mesa, the Butcher of Durango, when he left from Juarez cartel, he took me with him, which some of y'all know. And when he took me with him, he started working with Sinaloa. But at a certain point, he decided that he was going to double cross Sinaloa. Because most people don't know this. I said this maybe about a year or so ago when we did a thing before I thought that Sinaloa was losing bad. Sinaloa is not the biggest cartel over there. The Gulf cartel is the biggest. Sinaloa was getting whooped. And when he joined with Sinaloa, that pretty much turned things around for the Sinaloa cartel. Okay, but he decided that after he started winning a lot for them, that he was going to get rid of them. And he cut a side deal with me. But I guess we'll talk more about that part a little bit later. But my point is this more. I guess I can't get too graphic on it. I guess maybe one day, once we build up more people, we can do a Patreon.
We can do a Patreon and,
or something.
Yeah.
But the Colombians were the ones initially that was, taking care of this territory. But once they couldn't come up through the waters, Florida and all that, that's when the Mexicans cut a deal to basically bring it across land. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so, sure. But I mean, hey, I've been out circulation for a while. Maybe you know something that I don't, but yeah, I guess we just leave that there because I don't want to get too graphic.
But yeah, this entire situation is literally geopolitics playing out in front of us.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like in this clip I'm about to play, like, I want y'all opinion on this perception here.
Meanwhile, El Chapo himself remains in a maximum security Supermax prison in Colorado, serving a life sentence after his 2019 conviction. Reports last year indicated he had sent an SOS message to Mexico's president, claiming to be subjected to psychological torment in prison.
To me...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I want to hear what you got. I remember.
To me, it seemed like that was a shot across the bow. Like, hey, yo, if y'all can't get me back or out of U.S. custody, cut some type of deal, then I got to get myself out. Because the whole thing is, as we've discussed, they know who's dealing. So you can't give that up.
Okay. Now, hey, I see y'all. Some of y'all out there, man. Give us some likes, some thumbs up, and all that if you could. Um, I'm gonna get you a thing right here in a minute. Preem and more.
Supreme.
Um, Here's the thing that we have to realize: the last president, I don't know nothing about this one, that he petitioned to bring him back, like I was explaining before. The Meridia Treaty, within that, when the government agreed to take money from the U.S. with weapons and all that other stuff, the most time someone extradited to the United States can do is 25 years. It don't matter what they have over here. They can have life here, but they can only do a maximum of 25 years. Then they extradite them back. It was after Calderon, Supreme, even though Calderon was a real crooked joker that I know a lot about, because that's when I was going back and forth over there. I see you, baby mama. So she throw me off all the time. But yeah, so what I was saying is throughout that whole process, when I forget his name, that president that Chapo sent the message to before he took office, it was statements coming out saying that he had took payments before he started running for president, in which I was hearing about him taking payments over there as well. So when Chapo shot that back, based on the 25 years you do under the Meridia Treaty, people in the feds can apply for what they call a treaty transfer. So all you have to do, I think, 70% of your time or something of that nature, then your country can accept you back through a treaty transfer and bring you back home.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that a couple of guys we was in with got the treaty transfer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what he was doing, Chapo had already been working and telling on people. So Chapo had cashed a few checks. So Chapo was eligible for the president to bring him back over.
Mm-hmm.
So he was basically telling him, like, yeah, come on, look out. I'm your man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm eligible for a treaty transfer, but it may not happen for political reasons or whatever the case. I'm not sure. What you got? They shut down the Bahamas and started running it through Mexico. That's right, Preem. That's exactly what it was. More. I know exactly what you're saying about the Biden administration out of nowhere reopened the Caribbean corridor. That's why it's so flooded out here. Now, like I say, I'm not tapped in no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. I don't know
So
what the streets is doing.
yeah, as they say, whatever the case, I ain't trying to catch it.
Facts.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hey, let me cut in for a minute.
Yeah.
Thought.
Go ahead.
Hey, y'all, listen. This my book right here is on Amazon. A lot of the stuff that I'm saying right here is in there, and it's
And
also
even
on
more.
audiobook. It's audiobook, and I'm giving a lot more details that, of course, I can't discuss on here. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's an audiobook as well as hardcover, ebook as well. Sorry, Thought.
Facts. No, you good. You good. But we're gonna go ahead and move into this next clip, and I want your opinion on this one.
The high-profile arrests have unleashed violent consequences in Mexico. A bitter internal conflict has erupted within the once unified Sinaloa cartel, with supporters of Ismael El Mayo Zambada, a co-founder of the organization, battling against loyalists to El Chapo's sons, known collectively as Los Chapitos. This power struggle has resulted in devastating bloodshed, reportedly leaving more than 1,200 people dead and 1,400 missing in Sinaloa state alone. The complicated saga took another dramatic turn last summer when Zambada claimed he was kidnapped by Joaquin Guzman Lopez and flown directly into the custody of US agents outside El Paso. Zambada is reportedly negotiating with American authorities to avoid a potential death penalty.
Now, what that sound like to you? A nigga flew you straight to U.S. custody.
When that first happened, actually, when it first happened, I was at work. Thought called me like, nigga, you got to come over here and
And we
record
got to
something.
do something on this. Yep.
I'm like, man, I'm tired. He said, bro, you got to come do something on this. So when I left work, I went straight to Thought House, and it's over on the YouTube channel or whatever. And I recorded it soon as it happened. And this is what I said. First of all, the old man, they call him the old man over there with Mayo, the old man Mayo, Mayo Zambada. Old man, no one can get close to the old man. The old man has what's equivalent to, not equivalent, he does have an army around him at all times. The old man's health has been really bad. From my understanding, he got diabetes and some other things really, really bad. He's really old. And I related what happened to him as I stated, I think the thing the other day was equivalent to a CIA agent or a spy being, as they say, brought out the cold. He was being brought in to debrief. And I told y'all before, if he was arrested in Mexico, which would not happen because Mayo is equivalent, old man Mayo is equivalent to what not Lucky Luciano, but Malinsky was in the mob. Malinsky had all the political connections. The old man has all the political connections. Okay, the facilities over there in Mexico are horrible. There's no way the old man would have been able to spend 5 years, because it takes 5 years to go through the extradition process to come from Mexico to over here. There's no way to shortcut it unless someone waives it. His health is so bad, he couldn't go through that 5-year process. So what they do, get one of the chapitos to come over and so-called trick him onto the plane and then bring him here. Okay, by that happening, he could automatically go back. He's eligible to go back because you kidnapped me.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, he's coming in to debrief. The reason why they're able to do what they're doing over there to the Mexican politicians is because they know who's been getting paid, who's been on the lam, and the whole nine. And what the American government does, like I say, go back and look at the Chapo trial. You will see a week or two before the trial started, the courts were closed, the courtroom was closed. They didn't even allow the jury in because he was putting information on the record.
Even in the statements that made it to the record, his defense was he was not the key figure. It was old man Mayo. Like that was in public record. So imagine what isn't on public record.
And like I say, what do we call that over here when somebody do that? What my man Preem. Y'all, yeah, appreciate the love, Preem. I'm still working through the second book. But listen, man, I'm giving serious knowledge in that thing.
Yeah.
When you're done with it's not nothing you won't know. Appreciate that, Preem.
Yeah, facts. Like that. When you were writing that book, it gave me a complete eye opening on the way that business really works.
And that's the important thing that people realize. It's a business. And they run it just like a business. I think you got a clip a little later on where I'll get more in detail about the business aspect of it. Definitely. And correlate it into other things.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play this next clip. But as y'all can see, things are getting deeper and deeper. And stick with us, because we got something for you.
The secretive nature of this operation stands in stark contrast to the publicly aggressive stance on border security that has defined much of Trump's immigration policy. Noting that such details have not yet been provided, Garcia Harfuch insisted, the government of US President Donald Trump has to share information with Mexican prosecutors. The Justice Department has declined all requests for comment on the matter, maintaining strict silence regarding this unusual border crossing.
Anybody who's been on the opposite side of the table with the government know what it means when the government goes silent on anything dealing with you.
Facts. Facts. And that's important to recognize. But as me and Moore was talking the other day, when he was talking about, man, I see the reset, bop, bop, bop. And that's exactly what's going on. We're witnessing a fundamental change in the way the United States does business. The
Facts.
whole stigma of we don't talk to terrorists and we don't negotiate with, not saying nobody a terrorist, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That has changed. That has changed openly, even though that was never really a true practice in the first place. But it has changed openly now. The game has changed, and Mr. Trump, he's all about results.
We got a clip coming up just about that. I'm gonna play this next one. We're gonna get into it.
This border crossing appears to be part of a complex legal maneuver involving Ovidio Guzman Lopez, known as the Mouse, who was captured by Mexican security forces in January 2023 in Culiacan and subsequently extradited to the United States, facing multiple drug trafficking charges. This followed a failed 2019 attempt to arrest him that caused such widespread violence in Culiacan that then President Andrés Manuel López Obrador controversially ordered his release to prevent further bloodshed. Court documents indicate Guzman Lopez plans to change his not guilty plea to guilty, with a hearing scheduled for the 9th of July in federal court in Chicago. Legal experts suggest this marks a significant breakthrough in the ongoing battle against Mexico's powerful cartels.
That says it all right there. Change this plea from not guilty to guilty.
Let me interpret that for you that don't know what that means. That means that he was waiting to get his check. That means that he already debriefed. He gave them a lot of information and he was waiting. What happens oftentimes? Guys will go in and they start debriefing and giving information. And you can be sentenced before they get the results, or you'll see guys in there that's just waiting around. What he did was waited around for them to vet the information that he gave them and maybe start arresting people and busting people. So
to prove the validity of the information he gave.
Exactly. So him pleading not guilty, then all of a sudden now want to plead guilty is because they didn't bust some people or grab some people, and some of the information he gave them, they didn't vet it, and it's valuable information, and now he wants to get his check. So he's going to plead guilty. Pleading guilty is going to take approximately another, on the short end, it'll probably take another 6-7 months before he gets sentenced, but he could drag it out probably like 9-10 months for them to get the rest of what they get, because it's still a process. Because when he go in, then change his plea to guilty, that's just going to be that. There's nothing else going to be done. He'll go back to where he being held at, and he's going to sit there probably for like another 2-3 months, depending on what's going on the time of year and all that other good stuff, before he'll be brought back in. And then he'll have to, let me see, he'll plead guilty. And so he's going to plead, so they're going to have to do another factual basis. He'll plead guilty, and then he'll come back. He got a pre-sentencing and a bunch of other stuff that got to go on. That'll take a little while, depending on the judge's docket and the prosecutor's docket. I mean, the prosecutor's schedule and all of that. Hope I ain't talking too much.
No, you good. Now let's get into now that we didn't set the preface with this, right? So we all understand that everything is transactional and negotiations, correct?
Facts.
Who is the number one wheeler and dealer in this boy right now? President Trump.
Yes.
Now, you seen what he just did in the Middle East. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop this pic in case everybody missed it. But this is a picture of the president with MBS from Saudi Arabia and the president of Syria now,
Facts.
who was a former Al Qaeda leader and currently has a $10 million reward out for him.
And Trump, you see him right there with Trump in the picture, and Trump was just over there with him in Saudi Arabia and endorsed him to become president over there in Syria. He was an Al Qaeda member and was in Guantanamo Bay for 5 years, being held by us.
And then he removes all the sanctions from Syria, to help establish them.
Facts.
We're witnessing, as Trump has said himself, a president use trade unlike any other has.
The art of the deal.
And here go the clip right here.
And it's important to remember that Trump's approach to the world and Trump's approach to politics and Trump's approach to diplomacy is entirely 100% transactional. Trump's approach to the world and Trump's approach to politics and Trump's approach to diplomacy is entirely 100% transactional.
100% transactional.
As Hannibal Lecter said, and I guess I'm showing my age here, from Silence of the Lamb, when he was being interviewed by the federal agent, and they were taking turns going back and forth. She give information, he give information. Hold on, let me straighten this doggone camera out again. Always going crazy on me.
Yeah, I remember the scene, the quid pro quo scene.
Exactly. After he got done, he said, quid pro quo, Clarice, quid pro quo. For those of you who don't know what quid pro quo means, something for something. That's how Trump gets down. And he's not.
And he don't care who it is. He only cares about the result.
He cares about the results.
What has he been saying? I want to stop the flow of fentanyl. And who's getting special treatment? Whose family just came across?
Yeah.
And let's not forget, before they even captured the video, when they were declaring fentanyl this super issue and it was a national security crisis, the Chapitos dropped a statement saying that they have nothing to do with fentanyl production and they can tell you whose factories produce it.
Yeah, there's like if you just take the time and send somebody down here.
Yeah.
Like I told y'all, I've worked with the Tijuana Cartel, Juarez Cartel, Sinaloa Cartel. Never one time did anyone of either one of those cartels ever say to me, don't tell on them. They did not care. Come find out, because they ass was telling.
Exactly. They wasn't going to ask you for something they wasn't giving.
And they wasn't concerned about it at all. I should have been concerned about them.
Facts. Let's play this next clip. It kind of frames the picture a little bit better.
The timing is particularly notable as it coincides with the US Attorney General's office announcing charges against top cartel leaders for narco-terrorism. The first such charges since the Trump administration declared several Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Let me be direct to the leaders of the Sinaloa cartel. You are no longer the hunters, you are the hunted. You will be betrayed by your friends, you will be hounded by your enemies, and you will ultimately find yourself in your face here in a courtroom in the Southern District of California.
Speculation abounds that Guzman Lopez may have entered a cooperation agreement, potentially agreeing to testify against other crime figures in exchange for protection for his family and a reduced sentence. Garcia Harfuch suggested this was evident because the former cartel boss had been pointing fingers at members of other criminal organizations.
You will be betrayed by your friends.
All day. They like do. Oh shit! What is you about to say? They like dude on the west side who told the DEA, "Just give me a badge." Oh no! You know what?
Yeah.
Somebody was talking to me. My man hit me up my fraternity brother. He was like, "Yeah, I'm downtown with my wife and da 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 da." And I forget the name of the dude he talked about. And he's like, my wife like, why that dude keeps staring at you? He keeps sending people. He's like, he want to come talk to me. I'm like, who was he, man? He say, man, you remember that nigga that the DEA had? He was like, just give me a badge. I can work with y'all right now. I swear for God, man. I had that conversation with my bro like maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, man. For sure, that's exactly what that is. Yeah, Big Country. Yep. Big Country. Yep, that's his name. And I know he been popular as hell for that. And it's like, he's a driving motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? How can you get popular for something like that? That got to be crazy. You'll never
that's crazy work. That's crazy work right there.
Damn, what was the damn topic? Was just because I had something I'm going to say on that. What did it just say?
Oh, it was talking about how it was a statement from the prosecutor saying to the Sinaloa cartel, saying that you're gonna be hunted and your friends gonna turn on you and your enemies gonna hound you.
Oh, that was just a PR statement because to try to come up because he know it's coming. Didn't he say something about he had told on there was telling on there?
He had been making statements about other traffickers, which he had, like I just said, the thing about the fentanyl factories.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. Could you run that back one more time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, here we go.
The timing is particularly notable as it coincides with the US Attorney General's office announcing charges against top cartel leaders for narco-terrorism. The first such charges since the Trump administration declared several Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Let me be direct to the leaders of the Sinaloa cartel. You are no longer the hunters, you are the hunted. You will be betrayed by your friends, you will be hounded by your enemies, and you will ultimately find yourself in your face here in a courtroom in the Southern District of California.
Speculation abounds that Guzman Lopez may have entered a cooperation agreement, potentially agreeing to testify against other crime figures in exchange for protection for his family and a reduced sentence. Garcia Harfuch suggested this was evident because the former cartel boss had been pointing fingers at members of other criminal organizations.
It's a lot in that. Let me start here with the telling on other criminal organizations. I got a story I want to tell y'all. Remind me if you can, Thought. Well, you know, you sent me something on the terrorist thing, with him designate them as a terrorist. Something you sent me about that's
about enemy combatant.
Enemy combatant. Okay. Yeah. You probably need to tell them about that. And yeah, okay, I got that one. Okay, now listen. The thing about telling on other people, remember I told y'all that I started with when I met Mario Nunez Mesa, which I called it the chief. When I met him when I was working with the Juarez cartel, he switched over. And this is in the book too, because they tried to kill him or delete him after he basically sent me back after we came from over there visiting Chapo and the old man over in Durango and in Culiacan, Sinaloa. This joker, he started to give information on the Juarez cartel while he was working with the Sinaloa cartel. There's a New York Times reporter that reported on this, and I talked about this before.
It was called the El Paso case.
The El Paso case. Actually, he's charging people to read that now. And you will see Mario Nunez Mesa name in that, and they're actually showing clippings of the chief, Mario Nunez Mesa, talking with the governor of the state of Chihuahua
Yeah,
about
they had
deceptive
the
payments.
telephone transcripts.
Exactly, and all that. Okay, I'm giving y'all something hot off the press, baby. This like top secret. See, here's some shit Karate J ain't gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
See, Karate J can't tell you this shit. Karate J be talking about that fake watered down stuff because he's still on them people payroll, so he can't tell. But I'm giving you the game. Okay, did this Joker sent me a ton of them things, and within 2 to 3 days after he sent it, he crossed over into the United States and met with the government, the U.S. government, just like the Chapitos family members came across.
Mm-hmm.
But he was actually active. He just sent me a ton of work, crossed over into the States, sat down with the government, and gave information on the Corello brothers of the Juarez cartel, and then went right back across.
It's a dirty game. It is
You
a
know what I'm
dirty
saying?
game.
I'm giving it to you hot. Like I say, man, I'm not talking you to death. If you want to know what's happening, there it is, man. If you don't want to read, it's on audio book. You can listen to the whole thing. You heard what Supreme said. Supreme working through that thing. And if you don't mind, thought, let me hit this real quick.
Go ahead.
Just to let y'all see.
Chapo starts to tell me that he only dealt with one other black guy. And I can't remember what he said, the 90s or when. He said he dealt with one other black guy before. The black guy never cheated him. He said they did real good work, but then he just up and disappeared. He said he didn't owe him no money. He just disappeared. He never seen him. And he said that was the only black guy that he worked with. You're not going to disappear on me, are you? Like that. And I'm like, no, you know. I'm going to say yes. Listen, let me tell you something, my friend. I need you to know this. He said that at the end, this right here, he did it. He said must always end up in the hand of a black man.
What?
The cocaine must always end up in the hand of a black man.
What did you think he was trying to tell you?
It meant a whole lot more to me later. What he was telling me is that you are the most important variable. And if I have a direct link with you like I had with the other black guy that I worked real good with, we made plenty of money. So he's giving me a history. I have worked with somebody black, so me and you could work together. And basically saying this guy made a lot of money and he just left. And I want you to know at the end, you are the most important variable because you have access to the market.
So like I say, folks, I'm not talking y'all to death. I'm giving you the 100. It's documented. Like I just had to tell Karate J, wishing that I go away, nigga. I'm not gonna go away. It's real. The paperwork is real.
And the crazy part is he a whole agent. It's somebody you can't find no information about you. Like, why don't you ask your handler?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they can pull it up.
He didn't already ask them, and they know. He just upset because he wanted to be the only one he thought that would be out here that met Chapo and the old man. And that hurt his feelings when I came out and they see, because at the end of the day, a black man being in that situation is much more attractive than you. And that could possibly hurt his value, he may have felt. I don't know. But he know, because I told him I was locked up with his wife's cousin.
And I'm sure he could ask.
Yeah. So it ain't no problem to find out. What you guys, Preem? It seems like whether you're doing business or doing loyalty, you gonna eventually see the coldest winter ever. Hey, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Preem? You almost sound like you trying to steal one of my lines, nigga. I can see you've been reading that book, Preem. I see you've been reading it. But that's the absolute truth. We always get caught up into doing loyalty. Those people doing business. Here's food for thought. Whenever somebody says, man, you ain't loyal or be loyal and all that, speak that to you, if only purpose of a person invokes loyalty is to bring down the price of labor. That's it. To bring down the price of labor. And at the end of the day, if there's money exchanging hands, fuck loyalty. Because if you give loyalty for free, he's going to sell it and get your part that you should be getting. That's why I coined the phrase loyalty tax. If we doing business and you want my loyalty, there's a tax that applies to that. Now,
Same thing with Trump's visit.
some people gonna try to maneuver on up out of that. Man, this ain't that, and you can't be. You unlook. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna be loyal to no. I'm not gonna be loyal to no. If I'm gonna be loyal, I'm gonna be loyal to a cause for the greater good of. You dig what I'm saying? You be loyal to an idea, not to nobody that's making money. That don't go like that. Free game. Free
Facts. I
game.
mean, that's exactly what Trump just went to the Middle East on.
Yeah, exactly. Transactional, baby. Look at baby mama. Yeah, man. Listen, the one thing about Preem Moore, they really be supporting the brother, man, and I appreciate y'all. And that's love for real. I ain't seen my man Butch up in here in a while, but man, y'all really be showing the brother love, and I appreciate that, man. We appreciate it. Me and
Yeah,
Thought.
facts.
Baby
Facts.
mama too. my bad, Thought I was talking
Oh,
too
no,
much.
you good, you good. Like all of this is relevant. It ain't like it's nothing is off topic. I'm gonna go ahead and show this next clip. Give y'all a little more perspective.
This recent border crossing represents a stark contradiction in the Trump administration's public stance on Mexico and cartels. While officially pushing for large-scale deportations and aggressive anti-cartel measures, American authorities appear to have facilitated this secretive transfer of drug kingpin family members onto US soil, raising questions about the complex realities of cross-border justice and diplomacy in North America's ongoing drug war.
As I said before, that there's nothing new. That's been going on for a very long time. You know, the Colombians, speaking and what Moore was talking about earlier, the Colombians do that out the gate.
Facts.
They do that
Facts.
out the gate. It's not even no secret. They telling on everything and everybody. It's part of the process.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game. And when they get out, because they got it, they can do a treaty transfer too. They get out over here, get a new identity and a whole nine. They family come visit them over here and everything. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that people should be doing, but what I'm doing is I'm telling y'all the truth about what's going on, especially you youngins out there that's letting these old ass put a
Right.
battery in y'all
Kick y'all
back,
off the streets.
getting you to crash out. And the first thing he doing, he going in there, he telling, and he gonna get back off of y'all. That's just free game, man. Free game. Got a
Yeah,
comment
and
here. What you got, Preem? And I didn't break it down to 3. Oh, okay.
okay. Yeah.
Listen, Preem, that book there, and like I say, the audio is only like 120 some pages. That book there, Preem, you and more, y'all, man, once you read that, bro, I'm telling you, once you read that, bro, all the stuff, Trump, all that, you gonna see the whole world different. You're gonna see the whole world different, Preem. I guarantee you so much, Preem. If you tell me you don't like it, I will cash after you your money back. I'm telling you, you gonna be messed up off that book for real, for real.
Yeah, that book got some gems in it for sure.
Even baby mama thanking you. That's who edited. Cause y'all know I don't read that good and shit. I got sentences. I don't put no periods nowhere, nothing. I'm straight out the street, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This is so damn silly. But I'm gonna go into this unique perspective. Shout out to Julian Dory. He had a dope podcast. He always got some dope guests on there. But I caught one where he was interviewing this Green Beret, and the Green Beret was giving a perspective on how he would handle the situation. And I don't know if y'all know what Green Beret's job in the military are. They're force multipliers and they're trained to destabilize and construct governments. That's their primary goal. That's their purpose. That's what they do. When you need a government toppled, them the cats you drop off. And he has a unique perspective. I'm gonna play that for y'all.
Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah.
We got a couple of comments I want to read, and I got another clip loading up that I think will be funny because I want to show them. I showed the other day, but I want to show them what them niggas be doing when they be jumping out there talking about they gonna hustle and all that, and what they really. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna read the comments after this. But this right here, what I'm about to hit for y'all, this thought show. But what I'm about to hit for y'all, this is an example of them jokers that be talking about all you got to be loyal and all that, and then something go down. They not worried about it. These old, for you young folks, these old niggas right here. This what they say right here.
So I'm not worried about getting in no motherfucking trouble, ever. If I go broke again, I go back to selling dope or doing whatever. Cause I know at least 3 unsolved murders from the early 90s that I can tell to get out of jail for.
I was raised to mind my business, man.
I wasn't. My mama and them were looking out the window, saying, "Girl, you see, she got a new man." Nah, I wasn't raised to mind my business. I heard grandmama and them talking about the neighbors and them. They was on the phone talking about people. I wasn't raised to mind my business.
That was Charleston White.
That's Charleston White, but it's the truth. Let me get to these comments.
Facts.
Okay, more what you got? See, we're leaving pieces of the puzzle out. Back in 2018 or 19, Trump found billions of dollars hidden in I didn't know nothing about this, secret funds within the different. You know what? This is similar. If you go on YouTube and you look up Elon Musk magical computers.
Yeah.
And it's something similar to this. They had computers up in different departments that was basically making money up out of nowhere that taxpayers didn't know about. And they said these computers was causing the inflation. That's weird that you said that, more.
It was it's a guy from back in the day. He was early intelligence named Fletcher Prouty. Y'all can find some of his videos, but he talked about the funding of the intelligence agencies and how they have a way to pay they don't need money. They pay. And that's what he was referring to, were those computers. And this interview with him was from like 1970 something.
Okay. Hey, listen, Preem, man, I appreciate you, brother. That's real talk. In more ways than you can imagine. I appreciate you. Did we do this one already? Okay, no. Trump found in the Department of Defense. That's where a couple of them computers was. Department of Defense, drug funds. It was in the paper. Yeah, I mean, we know what's really going on. It's a lot of stuff I can't say on here. Man, I could get so deep, I could scare the hell out of y'all. For real. That's why I never considered going back hustling. Because, man, listen, man.
Yeah, once you know the truth, like you know, you ain't doing shit.
I had a 3-attorney team, man. I spent over $350,000. Still went to prison, but I spent that money, right? 3-attorney team, and man, my lead attorney, which knew me since I was 21, and I used to always tell him stuff about the government. He wouldn't listen to nothing I had to say. But when he got down there and started seeing that paperwork, that man's mind was blown. And he called me Donnie. He said, Donnie, and he gone now. May rest in peace. He's like, Donnie, you just don't know who to trust no more. And his feelings was hurt. His feelings was hurt to find out the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? What you got here, more? Fast forward a little bit. During the Biden administration, the Mexican government cut off the United States cut off the United States hands down in Mexico. They couldn't have guns down there. And oh yeah, I remember that. They
Yeah.
wouldn't even allow them to have guns on them
Yeah.
when they were down there. Actually, that's what happened when the Mexican Navy killed at Arturo, which I met over in Culiacan as well at that big regional meeting like they had over there. And it was agents down there that accompanied the Mexican Navy when they had a shootout with him and well, deleted him. And they didn't allow them to have weapons. Yeah. Boy, y'all coming with the,
Yeah, they know something.
Okay. Anyone that the United States government talks to, what's that, Donna, Mexico, the interview have to be recorded and transcribed and forwarded
To the
it to the
Mexican
Mexican
government.
government.
Yeah.
DEA needs permission to. Here's the thing. Damn, I got so many stories I could tell y'all, man. I got so many stories. I got another about the agent that was on me up here. He got made, I mean, just for political, made rest in peace. I mean, peace to his family and all that, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. But y'all know what I'm saying. I'll tell y'all this another time. That one.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that was crazy.
Man, y'all just don't know. That's why Trump is threatening all this. See, more, you tell him. I mean, not you telling, but you moving ahead again. Matter of fact, more, I'm not reading no more of your stuff. You about to mess up Thought's whole thing. Go ahead, Thought. We ain't messing with more no more. He gonna tell you goddamn thing.
Yeah, this the interview with the Green Beret here.
I fought with these guys 10 years straight, dude. 10 years straight. Yeah, dude. Every deployment, I get my damn Afghan phone and call them. Hey, be in country in a month. Roger that. Where you coming? I said, I'll let you know when I get there. Be there. I get to Kandahar, I'm in Kandahar. Dude, they in Kandahar that next day, bro.
Yeah.
All you do is hand them the gun, hand them the body armor, we go to work, man. Because you trust those guys. So guys like that have been around SF guys or been around Americans for the last 2 decades, they've seen the better half.
That's right.
Dude, we buy those guys a fucking computer out of the PX. Hey man, here's your computer. Here's your fucking internet card, whatever. And guess what? Those guys looking at the same shit we're looking at, dude. I tell people all the time, dude, we can fix Mexico. We can fix all those places if you want to. Just like the border problem. I can fix a border problem in probably a year.
How would you fix that?
How?
Yeah.
I'd make Mexico rich. If they put Johnny Glenn in charge tomorrow, dude, the first thing I'd do, I was go to Mexico. I'm dead serious. Free money. Free motherfucking money.
The interesting thing about what he stated, and I don't know if y'all caught that beginning part. He was talking about what they did. What's that, Afghanistan?
Afghanistan, yeah.
And he was talking about he call over there. He's talking about the Afghani natives coming, being right there. He hand them a gun and they like go to work. He had buy them computers and they looking at the same thing they looking at. What is my point? My point is this. We did something the other day that was talking about the $500 million that was spent between the three alphabet agencies over here, 3 of the alphabet agencies over here being paid to informants. Okay, they go over to them different places. They get people to cooperate with them and they work with them. Now, this is a Green Beret. And he's telling you these things. He's telling you he could fix the whole issue in Mexico. And the next clip that Thought gonna play is gonna blow your mind. Because that's how they operate, period. With people inside of these countries. Only thing that you're seeing here is what's been going on abroad. That's why, as I was saying before, they were so hard or being so hard on Mexico because our government know what it does. It goes over to other countries. It finds some disgruntled people. It gives them funding and it gives them whatever they need.
Exactly. Hit them with the logistical support.
and that's how they topple governments. Now, the thing that I wanted to say about what Moore was saying before we start telling the end of the damn show, anyway, the biggest problem Mexico has is with the CIA. That's the biggest problem Mexico got. And we did a
Facts.
show on this a while ago, talking about CIA running drones over there and all that. Mexico
Mhm.
is basically a satellite state, people, I'm telling you. Sorry, Thought.
No, you good, but that's exactly right though. Like, and in this next clip, he'll go a little bit more in detail about how he do it. And this ain't from a person just saying like this is what he's done. I think he did six tours in Afghanistan and like 3 in Iraq. Like he got a crazy service record. But listen to what he say you should do.
I forgot the one thing I mentioned. I would get in bed with the cartel. That's the first thing I do.
Oh, you get in bed with them?
I would get in bed with them. Fuck yeah. And you want to know why I would get in bed with them? And for the cartel that's watching, just call me up. Why I would get in bed with the cartel is that I would tell
Ed Calderon's like, no.
no. So what I would tell the cartel is, check this out. We would do a meeting just like we're doing right now. Like we call them SUREs or key leader engagement in Afghanistan.
Key leader engagement.
Key leader engagement. I would do a key leader engagement. Bring me the head of the cartel. Check this out, dude. This is what we're gonna do. We know you own cross the border. I want you to own that. But what I don't want anymore, I don't want fentanyl coming into America. But everybody out there that's buying your kilos of coke and cutting them down, you deal with them how you see fit. That's on you now. So now in the cartel, I feel like they'd be like, hey, look here, dude. We're making billions and billions and billions on top of $1 billion, and we're legit. Any motherfucker out there to take our product and cut it or try to cut it, we're going to handle that in-house. They're going to take care of that.
Yeah. It's a uncomfortable truth. But when America went to Afghanistan, opium production increased, not decreased. Purity levels went through the roof.
The thing that's important again about what he's saying, look at how he processes, how he thinks. He's going there to accomplish a mission, and he's going to work with whoever's there that can help him accomplish his mission. That is the concept of our government.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just starting to see it more blatantly practiced on our border now.
Exactly.
Because we're in different times.
Yeah, we get to see it up close now. It used to be what we heard about going on in Vietnam or Laos or Afghanistan or any of these other far off places, but now we're doing it right on our border, so we get to see it. We're experiencing it differently.
And you just heard him say key leader engagement. If y'all know anything about the Big U thing that happened over there, when they said he was basically working with the, you know what I'm saying? What is he?
Key leader.
Key leader. And you wonder how they spent $500 million, $500 million over here in the States on informants. That's how they're paying the key leaders.
And then once again, let's not forget that picture right there.
Same thing.
This man right here.
Same thing.
Who Trump endorsed. I need Syria to be handled. I don't care who handles it. If you can get it done for me, I'm working with you.
And that's what the Green Beret was just talking about. Right there. And here's the next thing. Let's speak about the cutting the work thing that you're talking about. You know, if somebody cutting the stuff and this, that, you hand them and you're going to put in. Listen, let me tell you this right now. And this is what people don't understand. Prime example. I deliver gas, a dry gas. Go to the gas stations, the big ones. You go, you see Amco, you see BP, you see all these different gas stations, right? People, it's the same gas. It's the same gas. It's just different brands. Only thing different in some of the gases that some of them gas stations have a certain additive that they add to their gas. But it's all coming from the same place. Your cornflakes or your cereals are different. A lot of that come from the same place. It's just in different brands in some cases.
That's it.
The work. and those you didn't know, the work come from only a number of places. They asked me at one point, did I want my own, I guess I could say stamp on the, I told them, hell no. They wonder why. They're trying to give me a gift. Don't give me that gift. That's another charge. Manufacturing.
Right.
No.
That's a whole nother charge. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you. So people get it and do what they do and they know how to do. Well, I can't talk about that on here, but yeah, come from the same places. It's just people try to come, with different things and try to act like it's something original, and it's really not. It come from the same few places. Up here in Michigan, for the most cases, all the gases that's going around here is coming from Marathon. In Ohio, I think it's Citgo. We got a comment right here. Preem. What again? So they're really just fattening guys up. What's understood don't need to be explained. What did I tell y'all that that Thought sent me when I was locked up about the CIA book? It said America never arrests a drug. Well, can you say drug? Yeah, drug lord until he's no longer a drug lord. When you no longer have the power, they bring you in and they recycle you. That's why Chapo ended up here. He was no longer valuable. He no longer had power. Got a whole nother story behind that and about that. That's just the facts, people. Wonder where the hell Thought go. Thought shit must have went out. Yeah, but that's just the facts, man. So you're absolutely right on what you just said, Supreme. You're absolutely right. This was his show. His thing went out. I don't even know what the hell. Okay, I'm gonna run. I think I know where yet. I'm gonna run this next one right here. Okay, it looks like he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. My fault, y'all.
Damn, nigga, you in the bed?
No, that's why I have my camera off. I told you.
let me find out. Let me find out now. We got another comment down here.
No, somebody had tried to FaceTime me, so I had to cancel it. But when it canceled, it cut my mic off.
Oh, okay. More Primo. Someone was trying to line you up.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, what they say? What's the statement I always use? Whatever the case, I ain't trying to catch it. Mm-hmm. They damn sure wasn't. And the thing about it, see, I didn't tell y'all how I got snatched up. They were telling on me over there, man. They was telling on me over there. Now hold on, I'm not. These niggas over here was doing their work too, but come find out they were protecting me over there from that, and then they started telling on me. So I'm telling y'all, man, it's a dirty game. So you right, More. They call themselves trying to line me up, but game no good, or however they say that. Block right. No good.
Let me play this last clip, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some thoughts about it.
How do we make you guys legit? What are you guys looking to do? Because the cartel, even though it's drugs, it's a legit business, dude. It's legit. They making a shit ton of money.
Oh, they make a fuck ton. I see what you're saying.
Fuck ton of money. It's legit. So get in bed with them, dude, and say, all right, dude, how can we make things work for you? What are you bringing to the table to us? We know you got a shit ton of money. So this is what we can bring to the table for you.
This is a classic like trade-off scenario we were
It's a trade-off scenario, dude.
You're looking at this so black and white.
But I'm looking, yeah, it ain't no gray area, dude.
Uh-huh. What's the task and what's the purpose?
What's the task? What's the purpose? Like I said with Trump, he's all about trade-offs. What it say right there? It's no gray area. Now, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. This is what we don't understand. We look at, or we're taught to look at, people with alternative lifestyles as hustling that they're this, that, or the other. Here's my point. Anybody out there to know about business credit? Some of your first lines you could get net 30, net 60, whatever. Sometimes net 14. You charge whatever you charge. Net 14, you got 14 days to pay. You got same thing, 30 days to pay depending on net whatever, right? Unless you have a revolving credit with your actual company. Now, your grocery stores, when they get their, let's say Kellogg's, they get their cereal from Kellogg's, they have an account. And when that Kellogg's truck comes, they get so much cereal. They don't pay up front for that. They get it on the corporate credit. And they have so much time that they have to pay. So basically, everything in that grocery store, for the most part, whether it's a neighborhood grocery store, Myers or whatever, they have an account. And they pay on that account. Same thing with the jewelry stores. One counter in a jewelry store might pay for all the jewelry in there, but they have an account. They don't pay for that stuff up front. What am I telling you? Same thing when it comes to the higher ends of the street. I did not pay for anything. I'll tell you again. And these jokers be lying. Man, I had this amount of, when they talking about some 50 or 100, I paid cash. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It works the same way. I'm not saying this for the record to encourage nobody to do nothing illegal or nothing. I'm just speaking on what he just said about cartels or basically being a business. That's exactly what it is. You become an account. I became an account. It just got to the point that I became a very big account to where my credit would increase until I got to a point to where I became what Karate J was, basically a hub, a warehouse manager. That's how the Colombians work. They'll send you XYZ amount, and then you'll do what you do, but they'll have you touching off other people as well of additional accounts. That's what happened. That's why I attack Karate J so much when he be up there lying, talking about, oh, I had 4 or 5 big meetings and all that. No, you didn't. Those accounts were not yours. You were a warehouse manager. Of course, you had your own people that you took care of, but they also had other people that you touched. How do I know? Because I ran the hub for Sinaloa down in Atlanta. Any shipments from Sinaloa, it's in the book, came to me first. And then the Mexicans got it from me. And the people I touched off of them took care of the surrounding states. That's what Chicago is. Chicago is a hub. It comes and it takes care of the surrounding states. And it's done off of credit. When they shoot you that, how long it's going to take you, you tell them, and that's how it goes. Guess what? You can also go in debt like you can with a, ain't nobody going to come and try to do all that crazy stuff to you, especially if you're a big account. They're going to give you time to settle your debt. Again, I'm not talking to you crazy jokers out there that's trying to crash out. I'm not doing that. I'm speaking on the clip that Thought just played to explain to you what he's saying based on my personal experience. Okay, let me show y'all this again. Here's my book, Amazon, all forms, audio, ebook, and the hard copy, as well as right here. If you want to break it down in volume, Supreme said, I think Supreme say he on the second volume. It's all in there, plus a bunch more, of course, that I can't say on here, but that damn book is 625 pages long, and there's
Right.
still a lot I didn't put in there.
Put in there. Right.
I ain't even speaking about in there when I was young, running with the Chamber Brothers and all that. And that's just that. That's not even talking about the other stuff. I glaze over my experience with Tijuana Cartel and a lot of Juarez Cartel just to get to the Sinaloa. I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. You giving context to what we discussing.
Excuse me, people. I feel a little parched.
But yeah, we're seeing the transactional gray area play out right in front of us because it's on our border. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch the rest of it because, as usual, we always make predictions.
Yeah.
And we're on the record about several things that we predict shall happen in the near future.
And basically, look at what Thought done already showed y'all. I guess we're in closing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the thing Thought showed y'all about the former Al-Qaeda leader, one of the Al-Qaeda leaders that was in Gitmo for 5 years. You know, we was doing whatever to him there, got out, did some more crazy stuff, and $10 million reward out for him right now. And now you got your president that go over and endorse him to become the president of Syria. Also, look at Trump, if you didn't know, when he cut the deal with the Houthis. Sent the message to them basically saying, listen, you respect my shit, I respect yours. I'll stop bombing you if you stop attacking our ships. They agreed. What'd he say? I'm going to take their word at it. That stopped. He over there talking to Hamas now. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's going on? Can we be surprised at what's going on our border?
Facts.
He's talking to everyone.
Yeah, he's willing to cut the deal regardless of who is with. If the deal works, let's work it.
And that's it. And what he got on Mexico and those politicians, and I was hearing this personally when I was going through what I was going through down there on the White Sands Missile Base. He know they can't do nothing, because one thing about this government, I don't care where you are in the world, they will come get you.
Facts. If
I
they
don't
want
care
you, they'll
who
come.
you are, in what world or country, they will come get you every time. You know how some joke will be like, you got a warrant in Detroit and you got warrant out somewhere, they be holding you forever. If they don't come and so many, they're gonna let you be hoping they don't come get you. Then you got to hope that with the United States, they coming to get
you. Yeah.
They'll either
it don't
pay.
even matter how long ago it was.
Oh, they come to get you. They'll even pay other countries' police officers to get in contact with friends in another country to kidnap you, bring you to and then transfer you to a treaty-friendly country to extradite your ass here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. Everybody. The Colombians are afraid to come here. They do anything they can to not come here, because the saying over there is that you go to jail in America, you go to jail to die. You won't come back.
Damn.
So listen here, with this legal system here, you don't even want to play with them. And they some of the most polite people. They're not rude. They're not rude. You can cuss them or whatever. They'll still call you sir, Mr., ma'am, and the whole nine. But whatever that damn judge say he'll give you, baby, he'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like candy. And here's the thing about it. You get in that feds with a whole lot of time, only way you gonna get out early is you get down and do the Texas 2-step or 3-step spin, water waiver, what you want to call it. Or you have an act of Congress. What's your chance of getting an act of Congress?
Facts.
I'm just saying, you know, so Our government is starting to operate different. Our government is starting to operate with all whatever means necessary, and they're willing to talk to whomever, and they're willing to cut a deal. And Trump is an example of that to get the best results for us. The same what America is. America, does not have permanent friends or permanent enemies. Only thing America have is permanent interests.
That's it. Whoever aligns with those, align with us.
Prime example, Al Qaeda, $10 million. Enemy.
Right, let me
It's
put that
overnight.
up right there.
He's a friend now. America doesn't have any permanent friends or permanent enemies, only permanent interests. The reason why fentanyl is a big issue, not saying that the country and the government don't care about the citizens. Okay. The reason why it's an issue is because of where it comes from. That's why it's an issue. Because in that same book that we gotta get out of here, Thought. We've been on the same thing for a while. That Thought sent me that
the politics of heroin.
Politics of heroin. That the United States liked dealing with people that dealt with substances because of their clandestine ability, their ability to live inside a government but operate outside of it. That's why you had them different Asian countries, especially over there where he was taking, deleting people that he caught hustling, because they know that's how the CIA. So what do you think we're going to do on our border?
Yeah, it's the same playbook. We just getting to see it up close.
It's the same playbook. That fentanyl coming from China, they're not about to let that be on our border. That's why if they say you working with them over there, then now they deem them as a terrorist organization. You hustling with them, you a terrorist too. They're going to send your ass to Gitmo.
Yep. You fall outside of you become an enemy combatant, which
and that's in the UN. That's internationally recognized. They got a whole nother formula for your ass, and understand.
Yeah.
Whenever you dealing with the federal government, it's easy to get in there. It's hard as fuck to get out. I don't even want to imagine Gitmo.
Right. Like imagine that. They detaining you and ain't even telling you what you're being detained for or how long we detaining you for. And you on some island and you from the Middle East. Like, yeah, okay.
There was waterboarding before.
All types of stuff.
Think they was giving people golden showers. Let me stop.
But yeah, we witnessing a transition in the way the government interacts with the rest of the world. And we're getting to see it up close because it's Mexico this time.
Right on the border.
But yeah, shout out to Clear Cut channel. That was the clips we ran through, and shout out to Julian Dory. That was the Green Berets interview.
Shout out to the family, man.
Shout out to them.
Who we got? We got Thomas.
Yeah, they doing stuff in Gitmo. They sure can't do in the States. That's why it's in Gitmo.
That's why
people don't realize that when you outside of a jurisdiction.
There go that word jurisdiction.
That's find yourself on the CIA black site if you want to.
Yes. Yo, Thomas, man, appreciate you for falling through and tapping in, man, having a conversation. We over here, we talking, man, we having conversation, and we enjoying each other, man. We talk about everything, man. Hope you follow, subscribe, or whatever the case may be, man. And come through and fuck with us, man. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to fuck with you and get a message out there. For all y'all out there, man, y'all got somebody that needs some of this information, man, please share it, man. Because we trying to grow the channel as well. And we don't pull no punches over here. We give it to you straight, uncut. We ain't trying to rock nobody to sleep. Because at the end of the day, like I say all the time, as we get ready to tap up out of here, when I was young, you had guys, older guys went to the Fed. They come home sticking their chests out. Man, he come back from the Fed. He come back, and they want to be the big boss man and be huge, and everybody to look up to him. But they wasn't breathing on none of these youngers, man. I'm out here breathing on you. We out here breathing on you. And then for our age group, we trying to call. We like Snake Eyes Benny. We call them the goddamn dice before they stop rolling, baby.
Facts. Facts.
We got another
Y'all
one.
see it.
Okay, Thomas, I've been following. Just catch. Okay, that's what's up, man. Please continue to tap in, man. Continue to tap in. We love to have you. Okay, baby mama, what you got? Our famous. Oh yeah,
Yeah. Jurisdiction is it. It's the
Man,
root. It's the root of all of this.
I be wearing her ass out. I be calling her like 30 times a day. Could you look this up? What the hell does this mean? Hey, she bought me this shirt. Y'all like it?
Somebody y'all like it.
Y'all like it?
I'm done.
All right, family. As we always say, man, don't trip. Give us some likes. Give us some thumbs up. But always remember, folks, we got next.
Facts.
Deuces.